Welcome back to Everything Football Podcast, where everything we talk is football. And today we're going over some more things with coaching and Eagles land
Yeah.
and the Super Bowl again.
Super Bowl.
And yeah, we're hope the Eagles fans are enjoying the last couple days, their last week as Super Bowl champions, because we're about to have a new champ after this weekend's over. So just soak it in for a couple more days. We're still the champs until someone wins it.
Yep.
So soak it in. I definitely have been soaking it in.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. For the whole year, it feels like.
yep, yep. But we'll be right back there next year. So hopefully. So,
Well, the
but
pattern
anyway,
says so. So.
anyway, we had a couple things happening in Eagles world this past. It's been a pretty eventful week. I guess we'll start off with the decent news first. We'll talk about how the Eagles. I went over it briefly in a short because, of course, we filmed the video already, and then all that jazz, and we
Yep. Two
couldn't,
literally
you know,
2 weeks in a row. Christian Parker gets hired, and then I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Literally happened
as soon as we
twice.
put the video out. So we got to do. We did our initial reactions in shorts, but here I'm going to discuss a little bit further. The Eagles have hired Sean Mannion to be their next offensive coordinator. He's a former Packers quarterback coach, and he's never called plays before. So this is another coordinator coming in that's never called plays. But there's some room to be optimistic because he's new, he's young. We're bringing in a young mind to help us out, and hopefully, and they hired Josh Grizzard, the
Yeah.
former the Bucks
Josh
OC,
Grizzard.
who who's got experience calling plays under his belt, so he's going to be the Eagles passing game coordinator. So he should be able to help out with Sean Mannion, but I want to see. I'm very curious to see what Sean Mannion can do with some new ideas, and so it's just some fresh blood in the building. And obviously, we missed out on a ton of the top candidates and for OC, but I'd rather do this, I guess, take the guy with that's young with upside than get somebody who was recycled like Matt Nagy or
Yeah.
somebody like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's young, he's got upside, and let's see how he does. And but if this fails, I think this is Nick will be trying to find a new job
Yeah,
next
boy. Yeah.
off season because unfortunately to say, yeah, Nick is probably going to be done if this does not work out. So,
It's
and
like
if of course, like if this is going bad, then he can't like salvage it either. Like he picks up the playbook and calls plays himself, which he's already bad at. But we'll see, I guess. So yeah, I mean, those are pretty much my thoughts. I know Sean Mannion. He's worked with a bunch of great offensive minds in the past. With like when he was playing as a quarterback, he was coached under Sean McVay, Kevin Stefanski, Clint Kubiak, Drew Petzing, Dave Canales, Kevin O'Connell. All those guys. So those are all great offensive minds in the NFL. So hopefully he takes whatever he learned from them as his time as a quarterback, and he brings it into the Eagles offense, and we see some fresh ideas, to say the least.
yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of.
Like
What are your
that.
thoughts with Sean Mannion? I feel like I just
Uh.
talked a lot.
No, I think it's you can't do what you did with Patullo. If he's bad, you gotta stick with it. And it's hard. I don't see them doing that. That's the problem. Like because he's like what
Yeah,
30,
because this.
35.
Yeah, it's just because it's hard because you're in a city like Philly, and we have this talented, great talented team, and it's being used. The resources we have are trying to be used to go win a Super Bowl, and when you have a coach that's holding you back, it's like, yeah, like of course they're gonna get fired, and it's just.
Yeah, that's fair. It is. But then like I feel like Mannion, he's like that's like a rebuilding hire. like a team like the Jets would do that. Like,
Yeah,
okay, let's
a little
develop
bit.
this guy. Let's develop this guy with our new quarterback, with our new with our new head coach. But this is an established team that's won a lot, and then you're gonna bring in someone like this. It's like, okay, but
Yeah, it's a big risk. It is a
now
big
if he was
risk.
coaching for 10 years, then I'll be like, okay, well it makes sense. If he was 44, not 34, I'm like, okay, well see what we got, see what we got here, and but two like what quarterback's coach for 2 years, and he's had some good results. Love has played pretty well. I mean, pretty well, pretty, but
Yeah, the Packers are. I'm hearing a lot of Packers fans not too happy about losing him
yeah,
as their quarterback coach. So that gets me a little bit more excited, and it's definitely it was definitely more. I feel like it's definitely more exciting than when we hired Patullo, even
yeah,
though none of us really thought anything about it when Patullo got the job. It was like, all right, he's the next guy up, whatever. It kind of just happened so quick. We're like,
yeah.
all right, we're just giving the play call to Patullo. But this was a deep search, and it just and he actually, he has experience playing in the NFL, so hopefully that helps.
Yeah, that
Whereas
should help. Yeah,
Patullo was just a buddy of
yeah,
Sirianni's, who was our passing game coordinator. When our passing game, even when we went to the Super Bowl and won it, our passing game was not great anyway.
yeah.
Like it wasn't the best. It was like middle of the road passing game. It was all about running last
Yeah,
year,
it was 2K
our Super
Saquon
Bowl year.
Barkley.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much my thoughts with Sean Mannion. I'm a little optimistic about it, but it's also it's definitely disappointing we didn't get one of the top big names, the big sexy names like a Mike McDaniel, Stefanski, anything like that.
Brian
But
Dable. Actually,
Brian DeBall.
that guy was a buffoon, man. So I don't think you would have wanted that guy. Believe
Yeah,
me.
no, I'm
But
I'm not too upset about losing out on the ball because all he tries to do is screw us over anyway. He interviewed for our job before, and or no, he didn't. We wanted to interview him, and he refused to take the interview.
uh,
So yeah, yeah, no, we're good with the ball over here. We don't want him, and have fun in Tennessee, buddy.
yeah, I mean,
But
Jesus Christ.
yeah, but yeah, Sean Mannion, the next offensive coordinator in Philly. So we'll see. And then more news in Philadelphia. We recently just had a retirement scare from
Yeah,
defensive
bro.
coordinator Vic Fangio.
Almost ruined the
That
season.
definitely is not ideal to hear. I mean, I knew when we got Vic, it was probably going to be for like a limited of time, but I thought we'd get like good, 3-4 years out of him at least. So it's looking like we're going to get 3 because I think it's probably just one more year with Vic. I don't think he's going to stick around again after next off season. I think he's just going to call it a career,
Yeah,
unfortunately. But we definitely we definitely need him for this season because it was so late in the hiring process of looking for coaches and stuff to hear that he wants to retire. And then this was after we let Christian Parker go. So I don't know if like the Eagles knew he was going to do this, and like Howie and Jeffrey Lurie, they knew he was going to contemplate retirement again. And if that was the case, I don't know why you let Christian Parker just go, but because he would have been the next guy up for me to
yeah. He
hire
would have took
as
the
our
promotion.
next.
He would have took it if they said this is Vic's last year. You are the guy. Like we promise you right now, you were the guy. And after Fangio leaves, you probably would have taken it, honestly. But team
Yeah,
like
right.
didn't.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it was definitely not great to hear that Vic. He contemplated retirement after winning the Super Bowl last year, which is understandable, I guess. But then he ended up sticking around, and now he contemplated retirement again. So yeah, it's. But I'm pretty sure that it's kind of confirmed that he's staying for one more year. But yeah, we definitely don't need because there's not many options to really. Jim Schwartz is out there, but like again, you'd have to change a lot of stuff with Jim Schwartz because it's not the same scheme as Vic Fangio. But the guy I probably would have just promoted Clint Hurt as the as the next defensive coordinator, and that's probably what I'm going to do after Vic retires because I don't know. Vic or Clint Hurt has been working under Vic for a while now, and you know, and he has experience in the past calling defensive plays. So I think Clint Hurt would be the next Eagles defensive coordinator. Well, hopefully, that's what I would do in my personal opinion. If Vic retired like tomorrow, let's say, I'd probably just promote him. But ideally, next off season, you keep Clint Hurt around again, and you promote him next off season if Fangio retires, which he's probably gonna.
Yeah, there's. I
Definitely
mean,
see.
you can't play that game again. You can't go. Oh, you're retiring. Are you not like this is an organization. Like if you're not sure, like we have to replace. It's like you gotta replace like if you're gonna leave, don't do it in March when all the fucking coaches are gone. Don't do it. Like if you're
Yeah,
gonna retire, do it after the playoffs and go hire someone or promote someone. Don't do that.
yeah. So yeah, it was definitely a scare, but yeah, I think it's leaning towards him coming back. So
Well, he has
if
no choice
anything,
now. He has no choice now, unless he wants to hold.
yeah.
No, 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 wants to target him
Apparently they
anymore.
convinced him to stay. So yeah, he should be the defensive coordinator for at least one more season. So yeah, that's kind of the thing with Vic. Um, Anything else in Eagles world? We're back on the BS with AJ Brown again. You know,
Yeah,
all the Philly
Ravens.
reporters.
I saw Ravens trade
Yeah,
rumors. I just literally saw that report a
yeah.
couple hours ago.
All the Philly reporters. You know, they love talking about stirring the pot with AJ Brown, and talking about where he's going to go this off season. And to me, it's like your best bet is just try to have him buy back into this new offensive coordinator and just trying to keep him around because I don't think what you're going to get in return of a deal is really going to help you. Like you're just better off keeping AJ Brown for next season because you're worse without AJ Brown. Let's just face it. You're not as good of a team if especially you lose AJ and you lose Goddard too. Then it's like yeah, it's a complete downgrade. So I'm just whatever you get in a trade for AJ is not really going to help you with what happens next year. So I'm just gonna that's my opinion. You got to do your best to keep AJ Brown, and it's leaning towards, in my opinion, it's leaning towards him staying. But I'm not gonna jump the gun.
He'll probably
So
stay just for money reasons. I'm sure. I mean, it'll probably be easier if they get. I mean, he would have to really do something stupid to get traded in this offseason, I think. Like he would really have to come out and say, "Fuck this team," blah, 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 all that shit. I feel like
yeah,
I feel like starts like for example, if he went on stream and was like this new OC hire sucks, man. It's a shit show. Then it's like, all right, buddy, it's time to get the hell. But
he's been completely silent since the playoff loss.
which is
Nothing.
that's unbelievable to me. But I mean, but if it stays like that, he'll be back. So maybe as much as I think it's weird for him to stay silent now of all times, but if you
Yeah,
keep
it
it
is.
like
I've
that, you'll be fine.
literally been nothing from AJ. Haven't heard a peep about him or from him. Of course, we hear it about him,
Hmm.
but not from him. Nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but
see
it's
the Pro Bowl
mostly
last night? You see the Pro Bowl? Wait, continue. We'll talk about the Pro Bowl. I just thought about that just now. Continue.
no. It was. I was just gonna say, yeah, just I think I just lost my train of thought. Actually,
What?
I was.
Okay.
It was something about AJ. Yeah, just we haven't heard anything from AJ,
It's
but
weird.
yeah, it's best that you just. It's best that you keep him. Keep him happy and you know get him the rock, man. Get him the
Get
rock.
him the rock. God, good luck with.
No, yeah, it's better if he stays next year. It just is. It's pretty self-explanatory. So anyway, go ahead.
Watched the Pro Bowl last night. It was very interesting to watch.
I saw bits and pieces on Instagram. I actually did not watch it.
Literally, the game was literally the Dallas Cowboys versus the AFC. I swear to God. All you see is Dak throwing dimes, Pickens making catches, Lamb had a big play, Ferguson had 2 touchdowns. I legitimately watched the Cowboys versus the AFC. It was pretty funny. And I mean, everyone played good. I mean, there's not a single bad player in the game. Obviously, it's a fucking Pro Bowl, but the Pro Bowl is weird to me. It's like it's fun, but it's not. I'm like it's weird. But like it's not fair. The O linemen and the D linemen just don't play. They just don't play. That's not fair. I mean, the only
Right.
fucking Garrett Bowles, the Broncos tackle, he got out there. I mean, he made a couple catches. That was funny. But he's no, but I got Quinton Williams in the Pro Bowl, and he's just doing nothing on the sideline. You have Micah Parsons driving around on a fucking scooter. It's like, okay, that's funny, but
Yeah.
you had the big
It's
boys
just
can't play. It's just like it's so
yeah,
stupid.
it's bad. I can't really get myself to watch the Pro Bowl. I wish they would like try to do, like something better. They just need a new idea, I feel like.
Yeah, it's just
It-
it's dead. It was fun seeing the guys throw dimes. It was. I mean, Dak was throwing dimes. Hurts was throwing dimes. Goff didn't do anything. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Literally, Hurts and Dak were looking like LeBron and D Wade out there, and Goff was just kind of just like fucking Ray Allen out there or Chris Bosh. Like he wasn't really not even Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was good. He was kind of like who was on that team, like Joel Anthony, or fucking Mike Miller. Like he wasn't doing anything out there. Yeah, it was
yeah.
yeah, it was really interesting to watch. Fucking Cooper DeJean was on offense for a couple
Yeah,
plays.
I
Just
saw
just weird.
saw a couple clips of that. Yeah. Cooper DeJean, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fun, but also not fun. It was just like I don't know. Just figure out something else because it's fun seeing the guys have fun out there, But like if they were in pads and the own lineman can actually get out there and play, that would be fun.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
get it. Yeah, I don't really bother watching the Pro Bowl. Like I said, yeah, they need some new ideas with how they do the Pro Bowl, in my opinion. But yeah,
I mean, what's it called? Shador Sanders and Joe Flacco were out there at quarter. It was Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco, Shador Sanders. Like, no, at least the NFC
yeah.
had three respectable QBs who deserved to be there. The AFC did like really like Joe Burrow and then Flacco and fucking Shador Sanders. Like that's where I draw that's where I draw the line. That's
Who
where
was it? Who were the original? It was Joe Burrow.
it was
Who
probably
else?
like Josh Allen and like Lamar. Actually, not
Oh
probably not
yeah,
Lamar.
but the,
It was probably Josh and probably Drake May who's in the Super Bowl. And then I guess Stafford just didn't want to play in the NFC, but that doesn't matter. The NFC had good quarterbacks, but the AFC, I mean, come on,
but what
I
they
would have
just
canceled the game.
but what the guys just choose not to
Yeah, you
play,
can choose
right?
not to play.
Like the guys that make it just don't play, and then they just pick guys to play for them, right?
Yeah, they're just like, all right, well, you're not gonna play. Well, I know, well, no, Shador plays, and then bring clicks. Let's get Shador in there,
Right,
And then Flacco just he'll do anything, and any excuse to sling the rock, Flacco's there, bro. So I mean,
right.
I don't know.
So does that like if they just get chose to play the Pro Bowl in the game, does that mean they have a Pro Bowl nod
Yeah,
on their resume? Yeah,
It
that's
happened
silly.
like 2 years ago with Snoop Huntley. Remember Tyler Huntley was in the Pro Bowl. He's now
Yeah.
a one time Pro Bowler because like I don't understand. Like and even Joe Burrow didn't. Joe Burrow missed the whole fucking season. And he doesn't even deserve to be a Pro Bowler either. So all three AFC quarterbacks did not deserve to be Pro Bowlers. And it's fucking dumb. It's really stupid. But
Yeah, when they start doing like replacements and shit like that, yeah, it gets kind of messy.
yeah, and
It definitely
it's
gets
not
really
fun.
messy.
It's really not fun to watch. Like I mean, like the NFC was just dogging them. Like it was just they were
Yeah.
just fucking styling on them. It truly was. I mean, see, that's all I gotta say about that. Just fun, but not fun. Figure it the fuck out. Come on.
Yeah, it gets really messy. But yeah, that's the Pro Bowl. We talked about Eagles World. I guess
Now
get into our
the other bowl.
yeah, get into the Super Bowl a little bit. I know we've been talking about the Super Bowl past couple weeks now, but
Now it's really here. It's finally
now it's really
happening.
here. So yeah, let's get into it, I guess. Um Obviously the Patriots and the Seahawks. Um yeah, this Super Bowl could either be really entertaining or leaning towards
Ugly.
kind of how it was last year, where one team just dominates the entire game. And that's kind of what I'm leaning towards happening. I think Seattle is probably just gonna find a way to run away with this. I mean, they're the more physical team.
Hmm.
They're more talented team. They have better players on their defense. Probably more better players in their offense
Yeah,
too.
literally.
Obviously,
Only the QB, only debatable part of the teams are QB position.
the quarterback. Yeah,
And that's JSN, and it's just better than anything. The Patriots have their off-right wide receiver, their DBs. I
right.
mean, JSN's gonna have a field day. Oh my God, it's K9's gonna
Yeah,
run wild. Ugh.
I'm probably gonna if I was betting, I'd probably make my money on JSN winning
Yeah.
the uh the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Look out
Yeah,
for a defensive player as well. I wouldn't, the next like Von Miller. Don't be surprised if maybe that
yeah,
happens too. Not and shout out Nick Ammonwori. He's
yeah. They'll get a
Thank God the
Nick
Eagles didn't draft.
Ammonwori.
I remember you wanted him. I was like, oh, dude. I remember you were like, oh, I want Malachi Starks, but if I don't, just get Ammonwori. And then thank God the Eagles took Jai Campbell instead. I was like, oh, thank God. Looking at it now, oh, he would have been
Yeah,
so
yeah.
sturdy on that team.
Looking back on it now, yeah, I wanted Nick Ammonwori.
I remember
It's so fun to say.
there's a video
So
on the
fun to say.
TikTok. Yeah, Nick Ammonwori, he's a great player. He's a really good player, and I could
Yeah, he's a stud, and yeah, I think yeah, we went Campbell in the first round, which is still it's not a bad pick, but for right now's sake, obviously, Amon is the one of the best players in the entire draft.
Yep.
So, and he was drafted in the second round, so he didn't even go in the first round. And but I think by the time that the Eagles picked in the second round, I think Amon was already gone,
Yeah.
and we got Makuba in the second or
Yeah.
the third. I can't remember. Which I think Makuba could still be a great player. He just needs to stay healthy,
Yeah.
and we need somebody else um, next to him at safety, whether that's Reed still or find a find a replacement. So, but I think Reed is very. I see you smiling. I think Reed is very replaceable.
Well, no,
I
I'm
like if
smiling
they go
because
out.
I know Reed's a Cowboy, even though I don't really want him, but I just know Reed's a Cowboy.
Yeah, I see you smiling there. I think Reed is. I love Reed. I love the exciting whites. I'm all for that shit. But I think Reed is. I think Reed's a very replaceable player. I think
Yeah.
that you can easily go out into the draft and draft a safety high or go out and trade for a safety if you wanted to. Something like that. Get somebody in free agency. Yeah, I
Listen,
think.
guys, go get Dono. Go get Donovan Wilson, the worst player literally ever. He's all yours.
But the thing with Reed is like I don't think it's going to cost that much to keep him.
No,
So it's like if the Eagles want to keep him, I think they're just going to keep him
they probably
because
will. I think
I don't
the
think
Kobe Dean's the guy you got to worry about because he's gonna because like you gotta let Campbell play, but you can keep Reed for like 3 million, 4 million, $5 million.
yeah, I don't think Reed's really going to cost that much to keep. I think what we got to worry about is Nakobe. Definitely Nakobe Dean because I think we'll see what his market looks like, but I think teams are probably going to want to pay him. So we'll see what happens with
I
that.
hope the market's not too
So
big because I would love Kobe Dean. But like, I think if it gets to double digits per year, I think that's when we'll probably go, maybe not. 'Cause I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't want to give Kobe Dean what 10 to 11, 12 million a year. I probably wouldn't want to do that. I'd probably stay around 7 or 8 for like 1 or 2 years. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with Kobe Dean. But anyway,
yeah,
uh, fucking Seattle, man. They're just. I think they're just gonna be too good. I think they're just too good.
yeah, I definitely I still think Drake May could get it done still,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's Seattle's the logical pick here. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're probably just going to dominate the game, honestly, like how the Eagles did last year with the Chiefs. They're just, more talented.
I think New England. New England. I don't see any like miraculous, special like oh my god, I feel like if they go down, I think they'll just die. Like there's no like just because
Yeah,
like they're like I
right.
don't like because like what
Make it competitive, please.
was there any game this year where New England like fought from the depths and got a win? I mean they just dominated 14 games, won, and then they just lost three. They lost to their fucking Raiders in week 1. They lost to Buffalo, and who's their other loss? I don't even remember because it was probably. It might have. Oh, who was it? Who was it? I just don't really just don't know. But it was probably a good team, knowing them. But yeah,
Yeah,
I just Seattle has won some big games all year, and they're just their defense is just it's gonna be too much, and unfortunately. Like I can see Seattle just kind of like cruising here, like winning like 24 to like 14, 31
Yeah,
to
probably
like
just gonna
you know
they're probably just gonna lean on the run with
yeah.
Kenneth Walker and throw when they have to.
Yep.
But but I still think JSN could get enough yards and a touchdown to win the MVP. And but yeah, if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, no doubt, Drake May's getting that MVP.
Yeah.
No
Yep.
doubt, it's gonna be Drake
Even
May.
if he plays like absolute shit, he's gonna get MVP.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be Drake May to win MVP, and I'd rather see the Patriots win because I don't like Seattle. Obviously, said numerous
Yeah.
times on the
Yeah.
channel. Not a fan of Seattle, and I'm not a fan of seeing an NFC team win the Super Bowl unless it's my team. So yeah, it's I'd rather see it go to the AFC, and I'd rather see the Patriots win it. Even though the Patriots have terrorized my childhood. That was a different time. So it's not this timeline. That was a different timeline. And obviously, I like Milton Williams. Shout out to Milton Williams. He's back in this. This is 2 years in a row in the Super Bowl. He well deserved. Great player. So go win another one. Even though it makes me a little jealous, you're not winning it with the Eagles. Go just put an end to this Seattle bullshit and win another Super Bowl.
The funny thing is, I have my own Milton Williams. I have Tank Lawrence on Seattle, who obviously
Yeah, you gotta be.
when yeah
You're sick over that.
he the way he went about it was a little meaner than Milton just left for the bag. DeMarcus Lawrence was like, "Fuck this place, I'm going." I was like, "Okay, fair enough," because it was a clown. She said it was a clown show, and it was a clown show last year. It was.
Yeah,
And look, Tank Lawrence. Obviously met Tank Lawrence. He's a great guy. So I'm no matter what he says, I'm gonna root for DeMarcus Lawrence, and I hope he wins this game because any former Cowboy that wins is always a lesson to someone like Jerry Jones because he's such an egotistical maniac. To see guys like DeMarcus Lawrence who go there and be really good this year and they go get a championship, that would be a nice little slap in the face
yeah,
to the owner. So yeah, I like Tank Lawrence a lot, and I'm rooting for him. I really am. I hope he has like a Von Miller performance and gets MVP. That would be sick. That would be awesome.
and Jerry would be sick
Oh,
over that.
Jerry would shit his pants. I mean, he shits his pants. He probably does shits his pants normally because he's old, but he'll shit his
Yeah,
pants even more, and it would be interesting to watch. But yeah, I like Tank, and go make your former teammates proud.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, final prediction. Yeah, I think Seattle's gonna win the game, but I'd rather see Drake May and the Patriots win. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to see the Patriots win as well. But I would rather see Seattle win, but like by like this much. But I mean, it would be. I mean, I have no problem with whoever wins. I just Drake May Glaze is gonna be out of control. Oh my god. But yeah, I
Yeah, oh yeah,
Seattle is just way better. 24-14, 31-17 type of game. I can see them just kind of just stepping on the gas, come out fast. Get some Rashid Shaheed crazy play that just kind of just like puts the dagger in it immediately, and then
yeah.
it just
He's
kills all momentum
Rashid
and wins the game.
Rashid Shaheed. He's another topic. Yeah, he's probably the most impactful player for a team that was traded at the deadline. What do you think?
Yeah, it's up there. I mean, it's one of the best deadline moves I've seen in a while. And he's not even like going
I'm
like
blanking on who
bonkers.
else was. I'm blanking who else was traded at the deadline that was like impactful.
This year. I mean,
Yeah,
nothing
like
as
this year.
crazy as I mean, some moves obviously like Quinn and Williams. Obviously, that's gonna help you later.
Yeah,
For this season, yeah, it's for Shaheed. It just is.
yeah, yeah. I think Shaheed was a great accusation at the trade deadline. Yeah, definitely,
Sauce didn't do
definitely a game.
shit. Fucking hurt. He stinks.
Yeah, definitely a game changer. I wish the Eagles had somebody like him because he could be a game wrecker sometimes in his own way. So
Jalen
yeah.
Phillips, he was pretty impactful. Jalen Phillips, it's a shame he'll probably be
Oh
good,
yeah, yeah. I
but
forgot about Jalen Phillips. Yeah,
he
he
was good.
very good move. He just very invisible in that playoff game. We'll see what kind of market he has in the offseason. If he's like north of like $30 million, I probably wouldn't bring him back. If he's like under 30, yeah, I'm
Like
considering
like
bringing
annually
him
or
back.
annually or
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah,
30
like
million a year
annually.
for Jalen Phillips is
Yeah,
ridiculous. Who I
yeah.
never pay that. I would never pay that. Let him go to some ridiculous team.
I'm not sure. Yeah, like
Never
I'm
pay
not
that.
sure if he's gonna want like that kind of money. If he's under that, yeah, I'd make a play for him. But if he's gonna be over, yeah, I just
Yeah,
probably just let him
the
walk.
most I would go
Honestly.
is like 15, 20. I would 30 million for that guy. I mean, he's a good player, but holy shit, man. Hell
Yeah,
no.
yeah, I probably yeah, like if he's north of that, yeah, like it probably because you need money for Jordan Davis. I expect Jordan Davis to be under contract with an extension this off season, and I expect Jalen Carter to get
Yep.
a contract extension as well. I think now's the time to pay Carter because if you wait till next season, yeah, he's just gonna wait. He's gonna cost you more money next year. So, especially if he has another amazing season. This year was kind of a down year for Jalen Carter, so this was like this is the time
Yeah.
to pay. So, yeah, I expect those
Before he
guys
gets in
to.
trouble, before he gets like suspended for some sort of crime. Who knows? The predator over here. God, it's
Yeah, I know
crazy.
that's what
He's
you're
a good
hoping
player.
for.
He's a good player. He's a good player. But
I know that's what you're hoping
God,
for.
that fucking guy. I've always hated Jalen Carter since the moment he stepped into the league. The moment I seen this motherfucker at Target, bro, I was like, this guy is fuck this guy. Yeah, everyone there, I was like, guys, it's Jalen Carter. I was just kind of sitting there. I was like, God, everyone's going up, like, oh my god. And I was just like, oh my god. I just left. I just like was watching everybody meet him. It was hilarious. He was there with his like his
Yeah,
friend.
yeah, that's crazy to imagine. I could, yeah, I'd never really. I don't think I've ever seen any famous athlete at like just in like a store. That's crazy.
But like, I remember he walked in. He's such an idiot. I don't know what he was thinking. He walked in with a green hoodie, so I recognized him immediately. I'm like, oh my god, it's Jalen Carter. Like, look at this guy, green hoodie. I was like, this is. I'm like, what is he thinking? Like, I was like, I knew it was
Yeah,
him.
that's crazy.
And then I remember, but I had to help take a TV out for somebody. So then I came back in. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, he's still in here. He was like in like the food section. I'm like, oh god. So like, I was like, guys,
That's
Jalen
crazy.
Carter's here, and he comes up to the register. Oh, it's crazy. And then I think
Yeah, that is crazy.
one of
Man.
my friends took him at the register. Chris, it was hilarious. It was what a time that was.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. Crazy. But yeah.
Wait, and then this one old lady was like, "Oh, you play for the Eagles?" He goes, "Yeah, Jalen Carter, the defense 98." Oh no way! Like this fucking old ass lady. It was so funny, dude. Oh my god.
That's classic, dude. That's classic.
Yeah, it was interesting. That was funny. What are the odds? What are the odds? 2 years later, he would spit on my quarterback in the fucking opening drive of the season. Who would have thought?
Yeah, that was what a time. That felt like it was yesterday. Felt like it was yesterday. The season just flew by, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
But
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Wow.
there's a whole other side of that story than just my guy spitting on your guy. That's there's a lot more than what meets the eye there.
Whatever.
But yeah, but I mean, anything else is there to talk about
I think we're
before
in for a
we?
short one this week because obviously the coaching stuff has died down. And no, after Super Bowl, we have to figure out what we're. I mean, I think after that, we'll just film when it's necessary because we've been filming every Wednesday / Tuesday, for the whole year. But when the off season, I guess we'll just whenever it feels necessary, we'll just be all right. Let's get this going, and then we'll just talk. I know in March it's
Yeah,
gonna be crazy. Free agency is gonna be interesting, and then after the draft, it gets dead for a long
yeah.
time.
If there's
So
that little dead, yeah, that dead period. Yeah, so we got to figure stuff out. Last off season, we brought quite a few videos. We did some tier
yeah, it was
lists
fun.
and other stuff like that, just like opinionated stuff, top tens, whatever.
Yeah, we,
Yeah, so we'll find more stuff like that. There's always some good ideas.
yeah, I have a
And
couple, and the one I can say I'll say because like I like is maybe like gaming, a little bit like gaming, like Madden stuff, because
yeah,
that
yeah,
would be interesting.
yeah, we might touch on that depending how shit goes, and yeah, that would be fun to give a try. Um, yeah, gotta stay tuned for off season content. But yeah, we're not gonna we can't force. We just gotta let it we gotta
Let it
let it
come to us.
come.
Let it come to us.
Yeah, We're not gonna just like force content out there. You gotta let it come, let the ideas flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be back here next week definitely with our
Yep.
Super Bowl
Super Bowl.
review and any other coaches that were hired or fired or whatever.
Look, hoping for no
And
blowout on Sunday. Hoping for no blowout. Please give us some fun. Like I don't want to come in here and go, yeah, the Seahawks won 41-10. Like I don't want to do that.
yeah,
Like, I want to go. This is a crazy game. It's nuts. Come on,
yeah,
give us a
and
good one, NFL. Please, NFL gods, football gods, give us one,
yeah,
man.
and it would be funny to see Darnold win a Super Bowl and Darnold win a Super Bowl and then win a Super Bowl MVP because then I get to laugh at Dak Prescott.
I knew. I was waiting for this to say.
So yeah, it would definitely be funny to see the Seahawks win with Sam Darnold, definitely, and Darnold having a good game. Yeah, so because you get to rub that back in at Dak Prescott because that's just funny.
It's just completely irrelevant to the whole thing, but it's great.
Because everything always circles back to Dak.
Always, and once he gets a ring, if it ever happens, it will be very glorious. I can finally sit peacefully for the rest of my life. Just like finally,
Yeah,
no more of this garbage.
yeah, everything circles back. But I guess that's pretty much it for this one. Make sure you guys like, you comment, you subscribe, do all that good stuff. Enjoy the Super
Make sure you
Bowl.
pay George Pickens too, Jerry. You see that?
Pay George Pickens. Eagles fans enjoy these last couple days as world champions because it's been a great time, winning that Super Bowl and rubbing it in everybody's face for a year. It was great, but
Sucked.
we're heading into a different time now, so we gotta get it back. So anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Let's go.